Making It Personal with Bishop William Joensen on Iowa Catholic Radio and iowacatholicradio.com.
Welcome to Making It Personal with Bishop Joensen. I'm Kelly Mesher-Collins with the Diocese of Des Moines. On today's show, we're visiting with Sister Shiji Matakal, a religious for the Little Missionaries of the Sacred Heart. She currently serves at Bishop Drumm Retirement Center in Johnston. But before we get to today's interview, let's find out what's on the Bishop's mind.
Looking forward to engaging Sister Shiji.
Yes.
Kelly, back in the saddle full-time again here. And you completing your summer studies too,
yes,
right? Yeah,
almost.
At DMAC. All right, a little bit more. I hope that's going well.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah, all right. So the life of a student, right? You're kind of the wisdom figure among your peers. Right?
Sure.
Right.
Maybe.
And Liam, he's so young. I mean, probably the students you're with, Liam Dale, our seminarian who was part of the host over the summer. Mm-hmm. Liam's a pretty serious guy, pretty straightforward. I mean, he's got a literary side to him, but we didn't kind of bring that out in any of the we were part as well. But here we are in the month of August already.
Yes.
Acros is a memory. Ragbri is a memory. Again, that caravan across the state of Iowa. And last night we celebrated St. Joseph's winter set. We burned the note of their debt, so that was quite a great festive occasion to give thanks for their church and all that was there. And pork producers made sure we were well fed, kind of a preview of the state fair, I guess.
Yeah,
we could consider it in that light as well. But so lots of good things. And then also I would return from the Supreme Convention of the Knights of Columbus in Nashville, Opryland Hotel, so country music, Iowa Catholic Radio. It's kind of a theme, I think,
Right.
this summer as well. But grateful to the Knights and to support them and all that they're about in promoting life, promoting citizenship, our country and the family, and the role of fathers and men, Christian men, building them up and giving hope in such a beautiful way, too. And then Love is in the Air through the Pastoral Center, our Hispanic youth coordinator, and many other roles, Jessica Hernandez. Getting married today to Ben Poncho at St. Anthony Church at noon. Kind of unusual, a Friday noon wedding. I mean, that doesn't happen that often.
Not too often, but I like it.
Yeah, and Kelly, you'll be there, right?
I will be there,
Are you
yes.
one of the bridesmaids?
I'm not, but I will be there.
You're not a bridesmaid, one of the attendants. Okay.
Yes.
So I think, a beautiful thing. Ben's a fine fellow, and our prayers are answered that they will, at least for the foreseeable future, stay in Des Moines. I know Jessica's mom was praying fervently. I was in solidarity with her because she is such an asset to the diocese in so many ways, too. So we're conscious of the joyful and lighthearted occasions, but also serious things that are happening. We continue to pray for the church in Nigeria, not just because of the Acros Convention, but we know the violence there, Boko Haram, and especially in the north, that the religious conflicts that are there. Yet another Nigerian priest, the fourth this year, was killed. Father John Mark Cheatham was murdered, and so again, a great representative for his diocese, only 44 years old. So martyrs continue to be made in their witness to the faith, and we pray for the peace not only of Ukraine, Nigeria, and places around the world, too. We also pray for the peace and the harmony of the church. We know that many things are unfolding that reveal the Spirit, but also perhaps those things that confuse the Spirit. We know in July that the Vatican reached out to the Church of Germany that's been pursuing this path of the synodal way, a little bit distinct from, this synod on the synod that will take place, the Synod of Bishops next year. It's kind of more an initiative within the German Church, but things that seem to not be in accord, and they were concerned that there were ways in which not only the process, but the compromising of the doctrine of faith and morals and different ways that are there. And so, it's one thing to be prophetic, but it's another thing to depart as St. Vincent of Lerins and that which has been believed always and everywhere. And our understanding of the human person, the complementarity of the sexes. Obviously, one of the most volatile flashpoints was the proposal, the blessing of same-sex marriages, which calls into question so many things. And, the pastoral concern of the Vatican, the shepherd of shepherds, our Holy Father Pope Francis, but also shepherds around the world who had signed a letter some months ago concerned about the ways in which, so that fraternal letter that different bishops reached out to the brother bishops in Germany, over 100 bishops signed this, concerned that the synodal path does not seem inspired by Scripture or tradition, but in different ways does not adhere to the Holy Spirit, and has a notion of freedom, which is not truly going to be the freedom for which Christ set us free. So many bishops in the upper Midwest signed this fraternal letter, many in the Region 9 and yours truly as well. So hopefully the path of unity comes forward.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Making It Personal with Bishop Joensen.
Hello, this is Steve Ray, Jerusalem Jones. Join me in Iowa Catholic Radio on the journey of a lifetime with our Footprints of God pilgrimage to the Holy Land, November 11th through the 20th, 2023. We'll visit the Church of Nativity where Jesus was born, Nazareth, where he grew up, and the spot where he performed his first public miracle, the wedding church of Cana, where couples will also have an opportunity for the renewal of wedding vows. Full itinerary and pricing details at iowacatholicradio.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio provided by Knights of Columbus, Borman, and Pfeiffer agencies serving the Catholic families in Iowa. Knights of Columbus is a fraternal benefit society providing financial security to members and their families, specializing in life insurance, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, retirement annuities, and you can reach Knights of Columbus field agent Dan Ginther at 563-689-6801. That's 563-689-6801. Thank you, and God bless.
Welcome back to Making It Personal with Bishop Joensen. On today's show, we're visiting with Sister Shiji Matakal, a religious for the Little Missionaries of the Sacred Heart, who currently serves at Bishop Drumm Retirement Center in Johnston. She's here to tell us about her background, ministry, and religious order, which is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year.
Sister Shiji Matakal, thank you. It's so good to be with you. Not the first time you've been on Iowa Catholic Radio and Making It Personal with Bishop Joensen, but I wanted to snag you before you had this grand opportunity starting later this month of August to have a time for a sabbatical because you've been laboring so assiduously, and you and your community who are just kind of like a pocket of joy, bringing joy to the people at Bishop Drumm and to our diocese. Every time I encounter you, without teasing you too much, you're always laughing and bringing joy forward as well. We're conscious of the people of India these days. Their new president elected, Draupadi Murmu, kind of the second woman to serve in that role as president. Many might remember Indira Gandhi. The significance of this as an Indian woman, Sister Shiji.
She's from a tribal group, so that is a very big thing. A lady from a tribal group becoming the president of India is a big thing.
Does it represent a kind of cultural transformation that's happening, or things?
Hopefully so.
So kind of avant-garde, kind of a prophetic gesture. But this wouldn't be from your region of Kerala. This is a totally different region of India. So,
yes.
Still looking forward to that, too. But the sisters in the community to which you belong, that's another kind of initiative of empowering women, bringing women forward in a light that not only in the service of society, but in leadership as well. And you've kind of had a little bit of a leadership role even within your own local community, have you not?
No. Sister Rini is the superior.
Sister Rini, all right, so good. But you convey that. I try and cover my tracks on that. But how did this all unfold for you and the community to which you belong in this way? Tell us about the charism and where the thoughts of religious life that ultimately led you to the Little Missionaries of the Sacred Heart.
So our congregation is called Little Missionaries of the Sacred Heart, and it is founded in Italy, Livorno, in 1922. So we are celebrating the centennial year. And
party, all right.
Yeah, party.
Year-long party.
So the preparation was more meaningful. Our theme was a time of grace and time of renewal. Mm-hmm. And it was really definitely helped us to grow, looking back to the history of the congregation. And we had small discussions and meetings where we thought about how we can be more meaningful, consecrated people in this time and place.
Okay.
So it was very meaningful.
Were there some global Zoom meetings that you had? Or?
Yeah, we did. Because we have communities in the Philippines, in India, in Italy, and here. So we had to come up with a time where everybody is awake. To have the meetings, and it really worked out. And all the sisters they were very cooperative and into it for the discussions.
All right, they were into it.
I am sure everybody grew.
And when you're having such a kind of a global expanse there, is the primary language Italian or English or a little bit of both? Or
English,
okay.
And our Mother General translated for the Italians.
Okay, yeah.
So our old sisters,
whom I had the privilege to meet, did I not?
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
yes, she was here last December for our canonical visit.
So you're foundress of the community?
Her name is Sister Clotilde Gili.
Clotilde Gili.
She is from Florence.
Okay.
And she was a sister in a different order and was assigned to this small town called Andignano, where she was working with the poor and the marginalized. And when the order called her back, she decided to stay, and some other girls joined her. And the bishop was very welcoming, and he helped build the community. And it is all over 4 different continents now.
No, it's a beautiful thing. Is her cause for beatification or anything underway?
Yeah, they are working on it.
Okay. These are slow processes sometimes.
Yes,
the church doesn't do these things very quickly, so that would be a real beautiful bouquet to your order. But her sanctity is known to God, if not recognized publicly to the church as well. So, and how did you encounter the sisters and their charism?
So I remember, during high school, there was a convent in my neighborhood, and so I used to visit them, prayed with them when they have to go visit families and homebound. I usually accompany them, as a young kid. And I was attracted to religious life. I thought it's very cool. So when I came home and tell my parents that I want to become a sister, they didn't really take it seriously,
They didn't think it was so cool, huh?
But I talked to
because they thought this is a passing whim. This young, their daughter is just kind of smitten by the sisters.
And I am the only girl in my family. My dad doesn't have any sisters. They are 3 brothers. We are 7 grandkids, and I am the only girl. All the other 6 are boys. So they had their plans.
That raised the stakes a little bit then for you.
So then one of my neighbors, he's a priest now. He was a seminarian then. And he introduced me to the Little Missionaries of the Sacred Heart. And I went there. They said, okay, just go for a searching program, come and see program. And if you like it, stay. If you don't, come home. And I am here. I entered the convent in 1997. And 2022, I am here. And I am so happy.
So 25 years for you. Yeah. I mean, obviously, profession and everything comes after that, but a kind of a silver anniversary of sorts, nonetheless, in light of the centenary of your community also. So your parents eventually came around and were supportive? Or
yes,
did
they are always
don't
supportive.
show up here at home, don't come home anymore? No.
Oh, no. They are very supportive. Yeah, they are.
And your father's name John, which you were explaining to me.
Yes.
Your name Shiji John.
They are in their late 60s, and I have a brother.
Okay. All right. So the spirit of the community, the joy of that, and the actual work that they did, was that part of the appeal, the attraction for you? Because you're involved in some diverse ministries, right? Not everyone's in healthcare, right?
Yeah. I think my ministry doesn't matter at that time. What I saw in the sisters in my neighborhood, how their presence and prayer bring joy and consolation to the people around us, in my neighborhood. So I want to be one of them, like one of them. And ministry doesn't matter at that moment, when I was young too. I was 16. But then when I went to the nursing, I thought I won't be a good nurse, but I enjoy it very well, and I cannot think of any other things I can do better than this.
So was that a mutual discernment between you and your superiors to think about
nursing? They asked me if I'm interested, and since I didn't have one set mind, it was easy for me to.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
And you had a certain facility for science and things, and in terms of nursing. And all that?
I went to the Philippines. I have my nursing degree from the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a community there. So I did my junior 8 years in the Philippines. And Sister Mary Lisa, the Mother General now, she was my house superior and formator.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so a certain special connection there as well.
Yes.
So that sounds a little rigorous, I mean, not only the juniorate, but then the program of studies and all that went with that too. So, yeah. So very good. You said you just to be one of them, to be one of the sisters, but then to be among the folks. We think about the spirit of Pope Francis, just to be among people, including those who are most vulnerable, and in that way, and they've captured your heart a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is about people around you, how you live your faith, and that will transform the others. So it's not about preaching all the time, but preaching with your life.
Mm-hmm.
So that is more meaningful.
Mm-hmm. And somehow in your community present here in the Diocese of Des Moines, and how did that all evolve?
So Brian Farrell, he was the CEO of Bishop Drumm before when we came, and he somehow communicated that desire to Father Frank Palmer and Father Joy Vincent.
Who celebrates his 60th anniversary,
yes,
by the way, this
year.
Yeah,
big celebration,
Another shout out for you, Father Frank. All right.
So, and Father Joy Vincent, he was an Indian priest, served
I've been
in
privileged
this
to meet him.
diocese.
Yes,
Oh, you did. So
eponymous, very well. It captures his name describes his personality. Joy,
yes, Joy. Yes. So they communicated that to our superiors, and immigration took almost 2 years, but we came in 2012.
So all these kind of benchmark anniversaries here too.
Yeah, 10 years.
The holy perseverance is part of that. So, so the four of you in community living together, you have a certain rule of life. But how does this mesh then with the rule and the schedule at Bishop Drumm? Is that something that you have flexibility, or is it pretty kind of well determined on a day-to-day basis?
Kind of determined, because we usually work in the evening shift, so 3 to 11. All the sisters work in the same shift, and we have the weekends off together. So we do our morning prayers, meditation, and Mass together. And sometimes for the evening prayers, we are alone. When we have the time for break, we come and say a prayer. And we are always together. We have midday prayer together. We take lunch together. So we go to work after lunch. So we are, and that is the privilege of community life. You have always your group to support you and encourage you.
Okay. But let me nudge that a little bit. I mean, because the human factor is all there. We're
right.
So you're together even at Mass, and it's the Mass at Bishop Drumm. I mean, the times I've celebrated there.
We usually go to Bishop
assisting
Drumm.
people. So really, some would say you're working even then, right?
Yeah, but we don't consider that a work, So we push residents to and from the chapel and help them where they need to go. And, help them with the readings and communion. Father Bede is there in April is our chaplain. So we assist them if somebody needs to see a sister, since we are there, the residents or families ask to see a sister, we go visit with them.
Yeah, and very visible in your very attractive beige-colored habit and, and the white veils and things. So you really are part of the extended chaplaincy staff, aren't you, too, right? I mean, they should give you 2 salaries, right?
As I said, that is considered a ministry, volunteering ministry than work.
Okay.
So work is a registered nurse. So
yeah. Beautiful. And some of the other sisters are still trying to clear that
2 sisters.
hurdle.
Yeah, they have to still clear their English papers first, and then they can take the NCLEX. So they are, Sister Elsie is a registered nurse in India, and Sister Justina studied in Rome, so she's a registered nurse in Italy. So.
Wow. Yeah, the nurses in Italy don't smoke still, do they? We used to laugh. That,
I don't know.
the seminaries would be giving blood, and the nurse would have a cigarette going while they were they're setting up the light.
It was just a rough day. Right.
That image is stuck in my mind.
Oh my
for some
goodness.
reason. But I digress,
Funny.
sister. I'm sorry. So, but and again, I grew up with 4 siblings and everything else, and community life is key to who you are, right?
Yes.
And, does that kind of help to polish the stone or the jewel of who you are? The little sparks during the course of the day? Or,
Yes. Our old sisters say community is a garden of holiness, where you learn how to love and forgive and compromise for good reasons. So you have to give up your interests sometimes for the sake of the community, and we are different personalities. So
some are introverts, some are extroverts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we grow from it. I think we need all kinds of people to make you grow to holiness. That is the basic goal.
Okay, and the residents help with that too.
Oh yes, they do too.
Is there a good relationship with the sisters, the Congregation of the Humility of Mary, the CMA?
Yes,
sisters.
yeah.
Many. That's their retirement place, right? Yeah.
So they most of them come there, and we take care of them too, and they are an inspiration to the older sisters who have a lot of experience in mission and in their prayer life, and how they share their joy and prayer in to us. That is a growth for us too.
Okay. Well, that bond there, the kind of the spiritual sisters, extends even farther
Yes.
beyond that in that way. So, I don't know if you plan your weekend excursions to Sailorville Lake or other places. Is that a group vote or how that happens?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Well, we'll continue this here in a moment.
We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Making It Personal with Bishop Joensen.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by the Sarah Vocations Ministry, including the St. Sarah Club of Des Moines and the Sarah Club of Council Bluffs. Sarah is an apostolate of the Worldwide Catholic Church dedicated to fostering and supporting priesthood and religious vocations. Sarahans strive to accomplish their mission through prayer, fellowship, and service to the bishop, priests, sisters, and all in religious formation, and in doing so to increase their own holiness. Learn more at joinsarah.org, joinserra.org. Thank you, Sarahans, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
St. Vincent de Paul helps so many people.
You're right, Zoe. St. Vincent de Paul Executive Director Steve Havman here. We are serving over 32,000 local residents with food, clothing, furniture, and financial assistance annually. We invite you to learn more about all of our life-changing programs that positively impact so many Iowans by simply Googling St. Vincent de Paul of Des Moines. Our mission is to help those in need become self-sufficient through education, community connectedness, and unconditional support. Help us, help others.
Even kids!
Welcome back to Making It Personal with Bishop Joensen. We are back with Sister Shiji Matakal, who is currently serving at Bishop Drumm Retirement Center in Johnston.
Sister Shiji, we were laughing a few weeks ago. You're a force to be reckoned with, right? I mean, we don't want to, you're pint-sized, you and the other sisters, but in some way, I mean, you have to move some big bodies around at Bishop Drumm, don't
Yes.
you? Technique is everything, or not? So there's some strength there, too,
Yeah,
right?
there is.
Yeah. Do you guys go to the gym, or what do you?
No, we don't.
They're in CrossFit. Come on.
CrossFit, yeah. So the work itself is a kind of a training regimen.
I think so. I was doing this for 10 years now, so I guess I grew some muscles.
Okay. Well, very good. And so, what other activities with the sisters when you want to just kind of kick back and just relax or be refreshed? So I know your Mother Superior was encouraging you to see the USA in some ways.
Yeah. Oh, we went to the farmers market this year.
Okay.
That was a good thing. Before somebody took us there, but this time we went by ourselves. That was kind of nice. And it was crowded, but we enjoyed.
Yeah, were people kind of looking at you and taking you in, or I mean?
They were looking at us, and there were people who recognized us too. They approach and ask about our order and everything. So, people are interested.
Yeah. I mean, you have really established a presence, and you have a lot of friends of the community who love you, and with good reason. I know, when I was at St. Boniface, Westphalia for their 152nd celebration on July 3rd, lo and behold, there's the sisters in the back. So, you just decided you want to take in a kind of the parade, or, you know.
We enjoyed the parade, too. That was my first time, and I thought, I will be so uncomfortable. But as soon as I entered, I was like, enjoying like a little girl.
I mean, that was a true Iowa Midwestern experience with all the farm equipment and all the other things that were part of that. So
that was beautiful.
So I'm so happy for you that you have this opportunity after really basically 25 years in the community to take a sabbatical. And I think your Mother Superior is concerned, not that there's any issues, but just that you would have this chance for refreshment.
Yeah.
How do you see this year playing out?
So I'm going to Italy 16th of August.
After the Assumption, you're out of here.
Yes.
Man. Okay. All right.
Then I'll be staying with my sisters in Livorno.
Livorno, Italy.
Yes.
Tuscany.
In our mother house. Yes.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And
I bet the table wine's pretty good there then, right? All right. Maybe not. But when the priests come and visit, there's some,
and I'll be moving to Rome at the end of September. Mm-hmm. So I'm planning to take a diploma course on religious formation and leadership. Mm-hmm. And it is run by Mill Hill Missionaries, if you are familiar with
Say that one more time, please.
Mill Hill Missionaries. Okay. It is a British institute.
Okay.
It is an international training center for religious formators and leaders.
Okay.
So I am really looking forward to it. My sisters who went through this program before, they have very good opinion about it, and I'm really excited and nervous at the same time, to be honest.
Is it going to be pass-fail, or are they going to grade you or not? I mean,
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
There is an
What's
exam. I think I have to do a paperwork.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the exam.
Write a few papers, yeah. And is your Italian pretty good? I mean, is this all in English or Italian?
The course will be in English.
Okay.
I can understand Italian.
Mm-hmm.
I can get by, but it's hard for me to reply.
Sure.
Yeah, because I don't use Italian very much. During our formation years, they taught us Italian, and we were communicating it in Italian too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And will you get home to see your family at some point?
Yes, after the course, I'll be visiting my family. It will be 4.5 years next year, since I see them.
I'm so happy for you. So, well, the gift that they've given and giving you to not only the community, but to the Diocese of Des Moines. Now, we have a standing date when we bring the Catholic Foundation Southwest Iowa to Italy, to Rome in October. You get at least one meal, if not two, because we'll be passing through two. Sister Shiji John, blessings on you and what lies ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.
This has been another edition of Making It Personal with Bishop Joensen on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Spirit Catholic Radio Network.
You can hear Making It Personal with Bishop William Joensen every week on Iowa Catholic Radio and iowacatholicradio.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio and Making It Personal is provided by Sarah Vocations Ministry. Learn more at joinserra.org.